Hello and welcome to the Studio77 report for March 2024. We're giving you the latest updates, announcement and event news from the mayamada universe, and I am the mayamada co-founder Nigel.
I am Tazziii, content creator and mayamada creative director.
And for those that don't know, mayamada is a UK-based creative brand. We're making comics featuring an all-animal cast of characters. Our brand is set within a television network universe, and each of the manga titles tells a story of a different show on the network. We also run events and the diversity campaign, Do I Look Like a Gamer, as well as delivering workshops with young people of different ages across country. In addition, we have a digital platform and membership called Studio77, and it's through that we host shows with creative professionals from various industries such as comics, video games and animation. So to hear our discussion on this month's news stories and get exclusive access to events and mayamada artwork, you can become a Studio77 member. We were just talking about the machinations of large multi-billion-dollar corporate entities in gaming, either giving their games away for free or taking a slice of games companies for, we don't know what ends, but we're going to find out. We're going to keep an eye on. So if you would like to hear that conversation, you can become a Studio77 member or catch us recording each report live on Twitch, where you can see how the sausage is made. So let's start as usual with this month's industry pro tip. Each month, we like to highlight advice from a creative professional that's come from one of our Studio77 shows. And the advice this month is a bit of a different one. So it's an indirect advice, but it comes from Liz Prince, who is a business manager at Amiqus, who do HR and recruitment in the games industry specifically. So I spoke to her and Dom Shaw, who works around DEI, or diversity, equity and inclusion, for UKI, who are, there's a lot of acronyms I'm throwing at people, who are the trade association for the UK games industry. So I had a chat with both of them about their new Empower Up website, which looks to empower games companies, organizations, teams, individuals to improve their efforts around diversity and inclusion in the video games industry. So we had a chat about the new website. We'll put a link to that episode in the show notes. Liz was talking about just the state of the industry, and we got to talking about Gen Z, so younger audiences. And she said something that kind of stuck with me and I felt was true, and I feel should be kept in mind by young people, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, looking to go into any industry, but we're talking about games, so that was the context. She was talking about Gen Z and the concept of holding on to values and wanting those values to be given an example in companies. And she said those young people are not going to settle for a role in a job in an organization that shuns diversity and inclusion. Why should we, the older generation, hold that evolution back? And that stuck with me because I've seen reports on Gen Z and how they operate in the workplace and what they need to do, but what they care about versus previous generations. And I feel this idea of an organization having values and an employee wanting to care about the values and wanting the company to uphold those values are something that, if you're a young person, you shouldn't drop, basically. I mean, there's always like sort of give and take and the realities of working in an organization, but I do feel that's important and something that, if I imagine there are young people being told, like, you know, just take the job or forget all that stuff, but I feel that's actually important if we want our organizations to act better in the world. There's got to be some level of being held to a standard. So yeah, not necessarily a specific piece of advice she intended to give, but something that she said that stuck out. I don't know what you think about that, Tazziii.
Yeah, no, definitely. We've like gone through stages of moving away from the idea that you get a job and you just got to deal with what you get handed, just work hard, make money. And this actually goes alongside something I read recently. There was an article saying that actually the younger generation now will rather work them, like just go into debt so that they can enjoy life, because
I've heard something like this.
Yeah, because the economy is so bad. It's like, what is the point? And so I feel like if you have that attitude, it's a lot easier to not feel like you have to stay in a job, because you're like, I'm gonna be broke whether I'm in the job or out the job. So why am I gonna stay in a job that doesn't go with my values? Either way, I'm broke. So might as well be fussy about it and choose something that fits my values and I enjoy doing. And I feel like that's the direction we're going.
So if that discussion took your fancy, check out the entire podcast episode. And it's good to hear about the new website and how companies can do better. So check that out and subscribe to the podcast to hear more great bits of advice as well.
So we have lots to come from the mayamada brand and Studio77 members. So Nigel, do you want to let us know what's been happening in the universe?
So there's one big bit of news is that we have a Kickstarter and it's ended and it's been funded. So yeah, we made it. It's been a long time. We're talking about it a long time. It was a much delayed Kickstarter for our new story, Origins Against All Odds. And we launched it in January, at the end of January. And then, ran for 32 days. And thankfully, I can say, as we sit here, we have completed the campaign and it's been funded 215%, which is a lot of percent. Basically, so a really strong end to the campaign. Had a bunch of people jump on board. Some people we know who have backed previous campaigns, some people we've met through the podcast, different discussions, and just people on the platform interested in supporting independent work. So we appreciate everyone who backed the campaign, who shared the campaign, who offered words of encouragement as well. And now comes the hard part. I have to actually finish writing the story and then do the artwork and everything. So that's on me, but I'll get to working on that. So just excited to put it together. Yeah,
I mean, that's amazing that we managed to go over double the goal. So thank you everyone that backed and shared and done your part in making sure that we were able to reach that goal. It's definitely appreciated, even if your support was just in the form of sharing it so that it could reach the right people. But our Studio77 platform, our digital platform where we play games for your amusement and host different shows with creative professionals from various industries such as comics, video games and animations. We have a couple of things to come out of that Studio77 coming forward. So we've got our casual conversations with comic creators, which is a monthly series where Nigel talks to different comic creators about the craft of making comics, and we get to go behind the creator behind the comics. And the next episode is with Camila Kroll, aka Pigeon, and that will be coming to you soon. We also have our next games night. We'll be playing some Adopt Me, which is a game that we've previously had on Games Night, and it's coming back as some of them do when we really like them. And we'll be live on Wednesday the 20th of March from 7 p.m. GMT with our Studio77 members, and we'll be live on our Twitch channel. And you can also check out some of the past Games Night highlights over on our YouTube channel. And the year of 2024 is underway, and with that we are bringing a new year of our Do I Look Like a Gamer campaign, which works to promote diversity and inclusion in the video games industry, as well as showcase pathways into games for young and inspiring talent. It's a yearly initiative, which means we've now got to take new snapshots of 40 players and makers this year and every year going forward to showcase the representation that exists to inspire the future generation of diverse talent. And so we've got a new schedule of events and activities to come, starting with gathering the campaign 40. We'll be taking pictures of people in London. So if you think that there needs to be more of you represented within the games industry, then head to the campaign website. We'll also be kick-starting the year's campaign with a launch live stream on Saturday the 13th of April with a great lineup of guests live on Twitch from 1 p.m. UK time. And then we're going to be announcing more events and news as the year progresses of what we'll be bringing you for the rest of the year with the campaign. If you are a young aspiring creative professional or you know one, then you can check out our Showrunners Work Experience program. We're making opportunities for young people aged 16 plus to work with the mayamada team across comics, video games and content creation. And we've had some of our showrunners do some excellent work on some of our social media posts, helping out with the Kickstarter campaign, video edits. It's just so much that has been being helped out with. Great opportunity to gain some experience, get something on your CV, get something you can say you've been part of, add some stuff to your portfolio, and it helps us put out some even better content and work. So yeah, if you want to hear more about it, you can head to mayamada.com/showrunners, or you can email us hello@mayamada.com to find out more.
And you can also become a Studio77 member today to support the work that we're doing here at Mayamada. You can also get involved in our games nights, plus check out the interviews and panel events after they disappear from Twitch, and get exclusive access to manga and artwork in the Mayamada universe. And we're going to be having a lot of that artwork as we make this new comic, so looking forward to that.
We like to get your thoughts on the games industry and culture in form of a poll each month. And we've got the results from last month's poll. So we asked, what games are you looking forward to in 2024 after like a great 2023? And so we have the results in with no votes: Dragon's Dogma 2 and Avowed. There was some tough competition here. Star Wars Outlaws at 11.11%. Xena's Saga Hellblade 2 also at 11.11%. Hades 2 at 11.11%. And then in our joint top place, we've got Princess Peach Showtime at 22.22%, alongside Indiana Jones and the Great Circle and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I've heard good things. I'm intrigued by a lot of these games. Princess Peach's Showtime I'm quite looking forward to, because it'd be nice for Princess Peach to get a headliner game. So I'm interested to see that. Hades was so good. Hades 2 is going to be great. They're all going to be great. I'm intrigued with Indiana Jones, The Great Circle, how that's going to pan out, with it being from first person perspective. Very interested. Yeah, and Avowed for me, like, that looked quite good. There's just so many things, and there's like other games other than the ones that were in this poll. Like, so many games. I kind of just wish I could just play games and that's it. Do nothing else, just play games. Might get a little bit bored, but maybe not. There's so many universes to explore. So this month we are asking you, should video games move to be more multi-platform? So after the news of some Xbox games coming to other console platforms and PlayStation releasing their latest live service game to PC on the same day, we want to know if you think video game platform holders should move to make more of their big game releases available on competitor platforms. So we have a few different options for you. Yes, cross-platform gaming promotes accessibility and inclusivity among gamers. No, exclusivity can be beneficial for business and healthy competition between companies. And it depends on the context. Some games could benefit from being multi-platform, but others could lose their unique appeal. And you can vote now as the poll is live. If you go ahead and click the link in the description if you are watching later on YouTube. And we'll announce the results in next month's Studio77 report. Make sure you're here to find out the results as well. Nigel, what do you think?
You know what?
What's your vote?
I've been thinking about this, and so I feel it does depend, because some games could benefit, and we've spoken about like Helldivers and other live service games that benefit from having just the most amount of people. But this is also where I put my maybe my business owner's hat on, and I do think there is something to some level of exclusivity just because of the competition. Because I get the feeling like if there was no incentive to make the game for your particular platform, then you don't go as far as you can in terms of designing experiences that are going to attract people. And I feel there's something to, obviously you can go too far, and we've seen it with like console wars and all that. I'm not necessarily saying like all that, but I think there's something to having like a game that works on our platform, and we've invested the time, the resources to make it the best, because the incentive is we want people to come over here, so that makes us put on our best show. I think that's what I think.
So I'm pretty much in the it depends on context camp. I feel like there are games that benefit from being on multiple platforms, but I also do think that it can lose the appeal. And also, like, we love a good bit of healthy competition.
Yeah.
Without competition, the consumer suffers. So there is magic in like things being made specifically for a platform.
I feel that. So yeah, we'll see what people think. And that about does it for this month's Studio 77 report. Don't forget you can join our Discord, follow us on Twitch as well to be part of the mayamada community, and subscribe here on YouTube so you don't miss another Studio 77 report video. You can also become a member of Studio 77 to support the work that we do at mayamada. And don't forget to check out the Story X Story podcast, where every week Taz and I have a chat with people. So we have creator interviews, video game discussions, and deep dives into stories across pop culture. So that's a bunch from us to get into. That's all from us for now, but we will see you again next month. Hi there, I'm Nigel from mayamada. Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the other great videos we have on the channel. You can also check out our universe of manga and characters at mayamada.com. We'll see you soon.